love this place. It's nice to see all our officers this evening, and we have representation from the library and CIDC acknowledging Women's History Month. I've always been an advocate for women. What do you think? Is that okay? Oh, okay, very good. So we'll call the meeting to order. Christy, if you would please call the roll.
Trustee Albuck?
Here.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Here.
Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Bancole?
Here.
Trustee Priege?
Here.
And Trustee Kunkel is out tonight. And Attorney Bernie Paul is listening in due to sickness.
Bernie Paul is on the hillside, and Lisa would prefer he stayed home if he's a... Do I know that?
You know.
It's a given. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. We have a motion to accept the agenda. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Priege?
Yes.
And Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Presentations. Chief.
All right, I'm excited tonight to recognize one of our police officers, Officer Camille Lebanowski. If you come up and stand up here with us. Chief.
Is this on? Okay. Now it's on. All right, Officer Labanowski is being recognized by the police department for his exemplary productivity and efforts towards our traffic enforcement and traffic safety initiatives at the police department. Some of you may know, because I've referenced it in the past up here, traffic safety is a huge part of what we do in the police department, and we're very successful at it. Each year, we compete with other departments around the state that are of similar size to us in our traffic safety efforts. It's called the Illinois Traffic Safety Challenge, and part of that is we have to demonstrate not only our enforcement activities, but also public education and then our training of our officers internally as well in ways to increase traffic safety, lower traffic crashes, and we, for the last several years in a row now, have received either a first or a second place award, and that comes with recognition for sure, a source of pride, but also equipment. We've been able to obtain some radars and some light units and things that have helped to ease our budget based on being recognized by Illinois, the Illinois Chiefs and NHTSA for our efforts as well. And so when someone goes above and beyond to the extent that Officer Labanowski has, and I'll read this commendation for him, we want to make sure and recognize it and go above and beyond he has for quite some time. In 2024, Officer Labanowski performed in an exemplary manner in his traffic enforcement as a night shift patrol officer. Officer Labanowski led the police department in DUI arrests, distracted driving citations, speed citations, and total traffic stops. He frequently was the first to volunteer for traffic safety initiatives and special details throughout the year as well. Officer Labanowski's efforts contributed greatly to the department receiving a second place finish in the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police Traffic Safety Challenge, which is reflective of our commitment as an organization to traffic safety. Officer Labanowski is being commended for his outstanding efforts towards traffic safety in Hanover Park that go above and beyond the call of duty. You've been doing it well now for several years. Really appreciate your work. It's helped elevate the department and represents us well, and more importantly, it keeps people safe on the road, your efforts. So congratulations to you, much appreciated. So as part of that, we have a certificate, and then also officers that receive a commendation receive a pin that they can wear on their uniform for the rest of their career. Well done.
Very good. Very good. Is that your family up here?
Yeah.
Would you like them to be a part of the photo?
Thank you.
Come on, let's have the family come up. The whole notion of training and successful operations within our department is to assure our officers go home to their family at night. We're very keen on that, so well done. I love this photo. All right. Oh, one more. Maybe two. Okay, officer, if you would meet the board. Thank you for coming out. Thank you all. What a nice family report.
Everywhere you get.
Well done. I would like to invite Claudia from the library and Adelita from CIDC. Did I say that right? Yeah. And Adelita? Okay. I have a habit of slaughtering names, and I hate myself for that. Please come on up. I have a proclamation. They're both the same, but for different organizations. So you'll have to absorb what I'm saying. Very good. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. Whereas American women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and social role in every sphere of the life of our nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside the home. Whereas American women have played a unique role throughout history of our nation by providing the majority of the volunteer labor force of our nation. And whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background served as early leaders in the forefront of every major progressive social change movement. Whereas American women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, and the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movement, which creates a more fair and just society for all. Whereas despite these contributions, the role of American women in history has been constantly overlooked and undervalued in the literature, teaching, and study of American history. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, Mayor of the Village of Hanover Park, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2025 to be designated as Women's History Month in the Village of Hanover Park, Illinois. So, Adelita from our CID committee, thank you. And Claudia from our library, Poplar Creek Library, thank you so much. Schaumburg Library, oh my goodness. I gotta, you know.
In Hanover.
In Hanover Park, of course. Thank you. I think 3 libraries touch Hanover Park. Is that true?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. Would you ladies please meet the board? Thank you very much. Nice to have you here tonight. Somebody must have rang the dinner bell. All the officers are leaving. Very good. Oh, yes. Chief Johnson, nice presentation. The work of our department supporting safety in our community is exceptional. And acknowledging that work is really appreciated. Thank you. Town hall session. Do we have a gentleman for town hall?
Just our friend Hank.
Hank? Do you have something to say?
Yes, sir. Okay, got 5 minutes. Okay, no interruptions, please.
The microphone, Hank?
No, I don't need it.
You need to be on the microphone, please.
Okay, if I need to be, I need to be. Let's see, I got 5 minutes. 18 now.
The
5
clerk
minutes.
has
I
the
already
time.
have the time started.
Okay, good, good. Yep, when the bell comes on, I'm done. So anyway, now, we're all free all over the world. Any place you go in this world, you're free. The only thing is, if you talk, you're not free no more. And you gotta watch what you say. People are people wherever you go. You know, you gotta be careful, you know, you might offend somebody when you talk too. You might be talking about the person, but you don't even know you're talking about the person that you're talking to. And before my time's up, somewhere I read along the line somewhere, a house divided cannot stand. A house that's divided cannot stand. And, you know, it shows me that Congress, one group of people stand up, the other one sit down, then this sits down, and then this group stands up. Hey, we're all Americans. We've got to work together. Wait a minute. Who said that? Maximus Decimus Meridius, Gladiator. And he even, no, that's Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, he's the gladiator. But he says we got to work together if we want to survive and live. And it's a good movie to watch, too. It makes you watch me all over again. And he said a very important thing, strength and honor. The guy who wrote that movie was an American, and probably a patriot of the American people. And, you know, Cuba could be a model of what's happening in America, too. You know, the same thing is happening in here. You got the rich against the poor. What are we fighting about? You know, and we fight, and sometimes I wonder what we're fighting about. No, I don't wonder. What are we fighting about? I think we're fighting so one day we never have to fight again. So, oh boy. No, like I said, you know, other countries, you start talking, they don't stop talking to you. They just send you to the other side, or they torture you, which is worse than going to the other side. And well, anyway, Johnny Cash, he something else. I'm cutting off that part. Johnny Cash, he's a singer, and he had a lot of women friends, and I'm not jealous of him. I don't envy him. And that's what he wanted to do, so that's what he did. But then he's got this song called Cain, and I didn't like him no more. And then he said he walks the line. And he sings in prisons, and he walks the line because he's following Jesus. I mean, I don't have anything against the other religions, and I'm not going to force other religions to believe in Jesus. And they're not going to go to hell if they don't believe in Jesus. Because I figure, you know, all the religions, in a way, follow the laws of God. So you people have a good day.
Thank you, Hank.
Thank you, Hank. Good night. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Bill,
Anybody else for town hall? I don't think anybody was signed in, but just want to make sure. Okay.
No one else
Thank you.
signed in.
Thank you.
Village President report. I was, last few weeks, I was down in Springfield meeting with legislators following the governor's speech. I met with many of our representatives down there. They were all in a great frame of mind and told them that, remember Hanover Park, we work well with our legislators. Appreciate their support for our municipal needs. This Monday, I was with the Senate Transportation Committee at Metra. They had a tour. I was a part of that tour to bring them through the show to demonstrate to the 7 that came. A couple of our local senators, Murphy and Hilton, were there. There were others. But it was nice to bring them through the establishment, to see that Metra is an open system with just every major freight we have to coordinate with, integrating through the Chicagoland area, was able to demonstrate how that coordination occurs on the screens. Took them over to 47th Street where they saw the shop, our coach shop, where we restore our coaches. We turned those around 5 years ago. What we like to do is part of the components that come into our restoration is like the trucks. And so if you see a coach car, you see 4 wheels in the back and 4 wheels in the front. Well, that truck we used to send to New York cost us $90,000, $5,000 in shipping round trip. They couldn't turn them around fast enough, and they were quite expensive, and it was slowing down our process. So we looked into doing that in-house. We took on the initiative 5 years ago. We now do a truck in-house for $36,000. That's quite a savings. And we see that time and time again within Metra and how we do that. We were able to demonstrate over at the engine house how we restore an engine. And that's quite complex. And thousands of dollars to restore an engine, rebuild it, put it back in shape. It gets a repaint, gets up to date with the seats and everything else. We save a ton of money. Amtrak replaces everything every 4 years. We have some that we've been working on for so long they're eligible for Medicare. But it's the complexity of the railroad Metra was demonstrated, and they were all surprised. There's no way you can integrate what they're asking for to combine everything. CTA is a closed system. They don't have what we have. They don't have to coordinate in the same manner. So with that, it was quite an enjoyable couple of weeks and a lot of influence going on. I've met with, as president of Northwest Municipal Conference, I've been leading meetings monthly with that organization and 42 members. Still on the executive board with DuPage Mayor and Managers, meeting with them. Like this morning, we had a meeting this morning talking about legislation that impacts us. So these are important issues of the day, and so I'm pleased to share just a small component of my running around. I'd like to move by ominous vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, changes? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Alba?
Yes.
And Trustee Gutierrez.
Yes.
Thank you. 7A7, Village Board is request to review budget detail, and if in favor, move to authorize out-of-state travel for Trustee Bancole to attend the Fred D. Gray Institute for Human and Civil Rights inaugural National Symposium taking place March 14, 15, 2025 in Montgomery, Alabama. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion
Second.
and,
Preety.
oh, a motion. I thought it came from the same person. Any discussion?
So I'll just say this. So information has been provided to the board about this conference. I was also able to share additional information with the board. And earlier today was able to reassess the trip and realize that the total trip cost will fall within my trustee fund allotment. So it'll, won't go over in any way. So I did want to provide that additional information, and I'm also happy to answer any questions.
Very good. I was very pleased to see your work to bring that below, from the 2,000 plus down to $1,200. And, you know, I asked for a little update on, shared with the board, you did that, and provide us you know, when the new board is seated, we're going to have a strategic plan. We're going to talk about trustee expenses and how we do things. So I think this will be a good example of us to evaluate and move forward. So I appreciate your work and look forward to your trip report that you said you'd be more than pleased to provide.
Thank you, Mayor.
So, any other questions? Hearing none. Christie, if you would call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Abstain.
Trustee Priegi?
Yes.
Trustee Albach?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Motion passes. Thank you. 7A8, move to approve warrant 3/6/2025 in the amount of $230,583.13.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions on the warrant?
Yeah, I believe this is the right warrant. There are two, excuse me, I lost my place. I did have a question on one item.
Is your mic on?
Yes, it is. For vendor 5311, it says Justin McWilliams. It's a tuition reimbursement, and I was just wondering, could you kind of explain what that is, the reimbursement? Tuition reimbursement?
It's part of the budget. It's part of the
Yeah, I'm on page,
It's part of the HR budget. He's one of the individuals who was approved for tuition reimbursement.
He's an employee?
Yes,
Okay.
he's an employee.
yes.
Okay, that's what I didn't recognize the name. He's in the HR department, or which department is he in?
Fire.
Fire? Okay. And are we using, further on in that, for polygraph services, there was a line item for $200 for the polygraph services. Are we using polygraph services, and how are we using that?
Yeah, we use the polygraph services for all sworn personnel.
I'm sorry, say again?
For all sworn personnel in fire and police.
So it's part of our background check, or a
Yes.
part of our vetting of individuals?
Yes.
Okay, all righty. I just saw those and I hadn't noticed them before, and I just wanted to have an idea of what they were going for. That's fine. Thank you.
Very good. Any other questions? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Priegi?
Yes.
Trustee Albach?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
And Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move to approve warrant paid in advance, 2/14/2025 through 2/27/2025 in the amount of $799,040.01.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Any questions? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. 7A10, move to approve January 2025 P cards in the amount of $29,930.75.
So
Do we have a
moved.
motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Village Manager's Report. Courtney? This was your big chance, Courtney. Okay, you can slap me later. Village Clerk's, Village Clerk's Report?
Just wanted to update, the Doggy Extravaganza. Registration is now open, so the first 50 signups will get a fun little treat bag. And it is on April 5th from 2 to 3, so bring your furry friends out and come visit us. That's all.
That's all, folks. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Corporation Council Report, Bernie's listening in.
No report.
Thank you, Bernie. Hope you feel well soon, my friend.
you.
Village Trustee Report, Trustee Albeck.
No report.
Thank you. Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes, I'll be brief. First, I hope you get better, Bernie. Despite the flu shot, I had flu and it's not fun, so I hope you get better soon. The Alive Center here in town is very busy. We've been working with a lot of the youth and you know, usually to these things, it's sixth graders that come, and we've got high schoolers showing up and learning all sorts of fun stuff, so Live Center is very much alive in Hanover Park. In a time when we are losing positions, especially many of our vets, Hanover Township is hosting a job fair on March 24th from 11 to 2. And the first hour, I think it's the first hour, is dedicated to veterans only. So this is a great opportunity for veterans to get employment at the Hanover Township Job Fair. Finally, happy Women's History Month, and because joy is an act of a rebellion, one of the best ways is to take out a woman to a dinner or lunch. And what better way to do that than through our second annual restaurant week right here in Hanover Park, March 7th through the 16th. And you guys, it has a global theme. It includes American, Indian, Venezuelan, German, soul food, Mexican, and that includes ice cream and donuts. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate Women's History Month. That's it.
Perfect. Thanks, Lisa.
Is that it? Thank you. You did say you'd be brief. Trustee Porter?
No report.
Thank you. Trustee Kunkel?
He's not here.
Oh, missing in action, yes. Trustee Bancole?
Yes. Just wanted to first say thank you to the board for allowing me to attend this upcoming conference. I do believe that the information that will be provided will only make me a better public official, so thank you. Next, just wanted to say that Environmental Committee did recently meet, and we were able to finalize our river sweep. We're really excited about this. We haven't been able to do a river sweep of the west branch of the DuPage River for several years now, just because the debris was just too much. But we're really excited to also partner with our CIDC committee and take part in that action. We also, this river sweep is also now an official event of the Conservation Foundation's annual river sweep type of event that they put on. They essentially partner with municipalities throughout DuPage County, and so now we're official. And so I'm just very excited that we are able to host this event again for our residents.
Do you have a date for that?
Yes, I do. It is Saturday, May 17th at 9 a.m., and we'll all be meeting behind Timeout Sports, the parking lot behind Timeout Sports.
Okay, perfect.
Because the river backs up to their, to that complex. Yes, thank you. Thank you to Trustee Gutierrez for touching on the start of Restaurant Week. I'm really excited about it. Last year, we had a ton of great restaurants participate. I know it's a very diverse set of restaurants that are participating this year again, and wanted to give my thanks and gratitude for community and economic development for putting on this event again. And then last but not least, just wanted to acknowledge that a few days ago, Ramadan began. Ramadan is the holy month for our those who are of Muslim faith. And so wanted to wish our Muslim residents and neighbors a happy Ramadan, or Ramadan Mubarak. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Oh, you,
What's he waiting for?
it's,
He didn't.
usually she hits the deck running about this time.
Oh, it was perfect.
I love her for it, too. Okay, Trustee Priggy,
No report.
thank you. We have motion to adjourn.
No moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
7:33.
Did I beat Rick Roberts' record?